Commitment, man. It's like life is hard, right? Like, yeah, you might get hurt. It's like, you know, your heart might get broken, you know? It's like you might lose your job, but you still got to commit, you know? You got to commit, right? You know what I mean? And it's like...
Yo, question. When was the last time you told the playoffs?
Someone tell me how long Ben Simmons is collecting a paycheck for NBA.
That's a factory.
No, they're not paying
He's
me.
on the house. All right, how about this? When you go to college, I think the way Donovan's playing, if they can make the playoffs,
That boy is good. Wait. Hold up.
They can make the playoffs. Cole Rookie of the Year.
Hold up. Didn't my man have a 50 ball? What he had? He had like a 45
He's a scorer.
He had like 245 pieces.
What else he does?
Hold up.
What else he does?
Cole Rookie of the Year.
Hold up.
What else he does?
Speaking of that, look at the TV. Marvin Bagley, is he Rookie of the Year next year?
Hell no.
No.
Who's Rookie of the Year?
Trey Young.
Ayton.
I like Ayton. I like
Ayton is a Hall of Fame.
I got Trey Young.
You got Ayton over Marvin Bagley?
I got Trey Young. Everybody hate
We
him.
gonna get to Trey Young. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. No, we got a lot of people that hate. I like the young boy. He good in my book, but we got a lot of people.
If you're Cleveland with the 8th pick, do you take Trey Young?
Yes, I do.
He's not going to be at 8.
If LeBron comes
You
back,
go before this?
I'm taking it.
He's going to go from 3 to 6.
I'm hearing he's going from 12 to 16.
I like him, man.
Hey,
Alright.
listen, playing with LeBron is only gonna get you better, bro. If you get worse playing with LeBron, then you suck.
That kid is gonna get better, man. That kid came out of.
That's the only way you're gonna get better.
Nah, man. No, it's not. Listen, I know we about to jump ship.
I mean,
We about to jump ship right now.
no.
You also gotta understand. Everybody get mad at Trey Young, but Trey Young was getting double and triple teamed, dogs. He's not going to get double and triple teamed.
And he was at Oklahoma.
So here's my thought on Trey Young.
And his team.
He's not gonna have to.
Oklahoma was trash, and he took him to be ranked number 4 in the country.
Here's my thought on Trey Young. I was on Trey Young's visit.
That boy good.
I was on Trey Young's visit to a certain college.
And you was impressed?
No, I was on his college visit. He didn't play no basketball. We just did visiting the college. And I remember his dad telling me, he was like, what he loves about Oklahoma is, you know, Trey, they live 12 minutes away from the campus. Whole family get to see him play. Trey's been around
Every Sunday he's
playing with those guys. So it made sense, right? I think in college basketball, we all hear about a coach telling you, hey, when you get here, the ball's gonna be in your hands, you're gonna be the man. And it doesn't happen that way, right?
Ever.
Especially for a freshman. I think Lon Kruger, the coach of Oklahoma, gave a chance to Trey Young to tell him, hey, you're gonna come here, the ball's gonna be in your hands, you're gonna be the man. And that's exactly what he did. Everybody gets on Trey about taking bad shots or taking a lot of shots. Well, he had to take those shots in order for them to stay in games. I think once he gets to the NBA, I would love to see Trey get drafted. It's wonderful to be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5.
I want to go to
but those are all bad teams. I would love to see Trey slip out of the top 8, 9, 10. Yes, money wise, it's going to be a difference. But go to a good team where he's going to learn, be around great vets, and then he's going to be a better player. And guess what? The second contract, he's going to make tons of money. He's going to make up for the little $4 million he lost. You know, I think.
Play with LeBron.
I'm really high.
And my whole thing is this.
Honestly, I don't know
if you got a hope
Trey is
for all
right
of
for
that,
Cleveland.
and he's not that good. I don't really think that he's that good. Then, if you want him to get that much training, and he needs to be that much better, then he's not that good.
I think it's not Trey. I don't think it's anybody.
But
right now.
I understand.
So you think Lonzo Ball is above?
I think
he's not that good.
Lonzo Ball's not above, but
I don't think he's that good.
I think Lonzo's a regular.
I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot.
You can't play 42
and
minutes.
this is what it's going to be.
I think he's alright.
He is a
I think
big-
eventually he's gonna end up. I think eventually he's gonna be.
But
He's
so-
gonna end up as a Jason
eventually-
Kidd.
He's going to be okay. No,
I can see
he's not
Jason
going to
Kidd.
Jason Kidd.
I can see.
I
You
can
say
see
he's gonna be like
I can't see
Jason
him as
Kidd.
being Kidd.
I like Lonzo Ball.
What? He can't not- You see his vision?
Come on.
Do you see his vision? The problem is y'all not PGs. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't got that vision.
Y'all not used to Lonzo Ball.
No.
So
I have good eyes.
Gabi,
Lonzo Ball is not
you gonna
Jason
say he ain't
Kidd.
got that vision?
No.
Y'all bugging, yo.
No.
Lonzo Ball
He
is
could
a
pass
man.
that
Is
pill.
Lonzo Ball top 3?
Can he
Is
shoot?
Lonzo Ball top 3 rookie of the year rate?
No, he was hurt. He missed them games.
Even if he played, would he be
Yeah,
top
he
3?
would have been because he was.
No.
Yeah, he would have
He
been.
had that little nice stretch right
Ben
there.
Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Who else?
Exactly. And
De'Aaron Fox.
Lonzo Ball. Nigga,
He would have been 3 or 4.
He's in Sacramento.
Jason Kidd was the rookie of the year.
Hold up. What you call Sacramento?
What's Sacramento? Sacramento is the witness protection program of the NBA.
Bro.
Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd. I like Lonzo.
They don't want you. They send you over there. Just go exist.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and that's gonna come. Bro.
I think the Lakers backup point guard, they need to play more. Like he played 12 minutes last game. One game, he played 12 minutes, scored 12 points.
Who's that, Tyler?
Tyler Ennis.
I agree,
They don't play
man.
him enough.
I agree, man.
And why? And then Lonzo is having these bad games and playing 40 minutes. How is he gonna learn? How is he gonna get better? When Lonzo's having these bad games, you gotta bench him and let him know this is the NBA. You can't just get by having bad games. Lonzo's also not checking anyone. There's been great games when guys are just going right past Lonzo.
Yeah, well,
How many games Lonzo fouled out this year?
None.
6.
Say that again, LeBron what?
LeBron 27, 9, and 6.
LeBron the best player in the world.
Bro, we ain't even gonna get into Bron yet. We ain't even
Yeah,
gonna touch
I'm
it.
filming on the
Here we go.
Hate Down
We're gonna talk
podcast.
about,
I'm on the Hate Down.
Oh,
James Harden.
as for me, wait, so let's end the topic of Rookie of the Year. So we're gonna end it. My final pick is D. Mitch. Who you going with, guy?
I'm going with Benny.
D. Mitch.
Co-rookie of the year.
If we're gonna accept Ben
Who you
Simmons
going
as a
with?
rookie, I'm going Ben Simmons.
Okay. So that's it. We have it there. So now let's move along to
MVP.
MVP.
The bearded one.
I'm going with first of all I think James Harden is having a great year, phenomenal year.
James Harden. I'm going with Jamie.
31, 5, and 8. Well, he has a good team, man.
I think
he got Chris Paul.
All right, so here's the thing.
What I'm going with in the Western Conference,
The thing about the thing
And they got
about
the number 1 seed right now.
I'm going with the GOAT.
the thing
I'm
about
going with LeBron. I'm going with LeBron.
I would love to go.
And Forte, that's what I'm going with.
I would love to go.
Wait, for
LeBron.
MVP?
I would
And
love.
Forte, you know why? Because Forte, first of all, you know who we started off the season with.
Wait, after saying what you said about
What?
James Harden, you still gonna go with LeBron?
Yeah. Because I also
that's blind.
said
That's
James
blind.
Harden got Chris Paul.
Nah,
Chris Paul is
right.
still the number one
Right.
PG in the league.
But here's this. I don't think so.
And that's why they number one.
Who's number one?
Currently,
He's still considered.
Russell Westbrook is currently.
All right, you could still consider top 5 PG in the league. Chris Paul. He's still averaging what? 18 and 10, 18 and 9.
Sure. I don't
Top
think he's
5, definitely.
18 and 9.
I don't think he's better. He's not having a better season.
But that to me makes it
he's
hard.
not having a better season than
Because you got another person that gotta have
Damn.
a full too.
Russell Westbrook. He's not having a better season than Kemba Walker, and he's not having a better season than Stephen Curry.
His
So
team
yeah,
is winning,
he is
though.
number 5 right now. I'm talking about individually. We said point guards. We didn't say best team. We said point guards. And you want to keep it real with you, numbers wise, Ben Simmons at playing point is having a better season than Chris Paul.
So is LeBron. LeBron averaging
LeBron's
10.
playing point.
Yeah, LeBron.
So,
Yeah, that's in
So
what
the
you
thing
saying?
I love about the James
So what
Harden
you
Chris
saying?
Paul thing is everyone said it wouldn't work and it's working.
yeah.
That's what you gotta give credit to.
I love it.
I agree.
Everybody
That's what I'm
said
saying. That's why you gotta give him the credit. Because
I would love
that's
to
hard.
give LeBron
It was
too,
harder
but I
for him.
think James Harden
to make it
deserves
work.
They have the number 1 seed in the West.
Exactly.
And the West is a bloodbath.
The West is like
Right.
So you gotta give
The West is top heavy. Portland is frauds.
And they playing
New Orleans is
But
fraud.
then
What would Portland be in
is
the
a
East?
beast, though.
Portland is
small.
top heavy.
in the West.
Portland is frauds, just like Toronto.
Wait,
Toronto,
Portland is
Toronto is
fraud.
baby
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
yeah.
You heard Shannon Sharp? He
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Toronto
yeah,
baby
yeah.
dinosaurs. What we saw the other day was the real Toronto.
Hey, listen, man. I really
They
don't
scared
know.
of LeBron. They always been scared
I don't
of
want to
LeBron.
get in the way.
I don't see nobody in the East being Cleveland.
Listen, man. That's
I don't see
Nah, I
nobody
don't know
in the
about
East beating
that.
LeBron.
No, you know what? It's
I mean-
crazy.
I
We
mean-
talk about
I mean,
MVP, but I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
give me 40 seconds
I'm
to go
going
back
good.
on Rookie of the Year because no one's speaking about this man
Yeah.
because he's not playing like a fucking rookie and he's handling the business. Nobody's talking about Jason
What?
Tatum.
Oh, that boy
Yeah.
good. Jason Tatum. Oh, yeah.
He's not playing like a rookie.
No,
That's
no,
why
no, no, no,
nobody's
no.
even
Wait,
making Jason Tatum.
First of all, that
Like he's a rookie. Like he don't even play like a rookie.
Nah,
That's
he
why
don't.
he's not a rookie year
So come on.
competition. He's so fucking composed.
Nah.
his
Jason Tatum played like a 4-year vet.
Yeah, hold
I agree. I like Jason Tatum, man. He got some moves, man. He got
He got moves.
His team is shoot.
His team is number 2 in the East.
He can shoot.
Kyrie's been out. He's been handling business.
What I actually like about him is his composure. He has very good composure.
And I think that's why he's not in the rookie year race, because people tend to forget he is a fucking rookie.
No,
he carries himself like he's been in the league 6 years. Jason Tatum deserves to be in the rookie of the year conversations.
He should be.
He does.
I agree.
Team's in second place.
But I'm not.
Kyrie's been out. He's been handling business. Number one in the NBA in 3-point percentage.
He's a
So that's your final answer?
He slept on.
I'm saying he has to be in the talks at least.
As what?
Rookie of the year.
I don't have an issue with that.
I could give it some talk. I got no problem with that.
I could give that some juice. That don't mean I'm gonna put ice in it.
Well, you know,
get some lemonade.
because Ben Simmons isn't a rookie for real.
You get some lemonade.
Yeah, that's
Now
why
we
I would
can
say Jason Tatum,
We can't go back to
Mitchell.
that though. We can't even go.
Oh,
back.
hey! I like them.
If you've been collecting a paycheck for more than in one NBA season, you are not.
All right, I got a better one. I got a better one.
He was carrying some.
Jason Tatum would be a league MVP before Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you.
A lot of things happen.
Wait, hold on.
People get hurt.
Hold on.
Systems come
I don't
into
know
play.
about that.
I need you.
Before Ben Simmons, you sure?
I need you to repeat that again.
Jason Tatum will be a league MVP before Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell.
So let me ask you: Will he be the MVP in Boston?
Right.
Boston.
That's
In
what I
Boston,
said.
so he's gonna be.
With Danny Ainge?
Wait,
Danny Ainge
no.
I'm
Brad
from it.
Wait,
Right. That's how it's not gonna work. Right.
And
Gordon Hayward?
Yeah, Gordon Hayward.
Jason Tatum's better than Gordon Hayward right now.
Oh,
Right now.
Sound good.
No,
can't say-
Heard you.
No, he's not.
Right now.
He's hurt.
He's
First of all,
bugging.
You say right now. Shit,
Right
you
now?
better than him right now. He hurt.
My grandmother better.
We're
than
judging Jason Tatum's rookie year to Gordon Hayward's 7th year. That's a damn shame.
Gordon Hayward's not playing.
That's a
not
damn
fair.
All right, so we're judging his 6th year last year. We're judging his 6th year to Jason
But he
Tatum.
used to have
No.
27 last year.
First of all, you're the one that just.
What Jason averaging right now?
You first of all, you blatant.
16 as a rookie.
You blatant.
What did Gordon Hayward average as a rookie? Think about Jason on his 6th year. He's gonna be averaging 27.
Yeah.
Just like
You
I
can't say right now though.
You hope.
Just like I love Jason Tatum, just like I love how James Harden will be MVP. Within the next 5 years, Devin Booker is going to be the number 1, 2 guy in the NBA.
I agree, bro. I believe in the next 2 years he might be that.
He's only 21 years old.
I believe in the next 2
He's
years.
only 21 years old.
He is different, bro. D Booker's different. He let that fly, man.
Nah.
He's a scorer. No.
He's
not.
When Chris Paul retires,
Ain't no
Charlie
but.
goes to the point guard of Houston. Devin Booker going to be number 1 shooter in the country.
How my man Mario said, ain't no but. Oh, there is a but?
Yeah.
I love butt. I love eating the butt. Shit, I told my niggas.
Where's these guards that we talking
That's how you
about?
feel.
Like you said, Chris Paul and James Harden.
Chris Paul retires, James Harden be a point guard.
Right.
Devin Booker be the best shooter in the NBA.
Shooting guard.
You bugging. Klay Thompson will whoop his ass.
Devin Booker's better than
You
Klay
still
Thompson.
got.
I agree.
Devin Booker's better than Klay Thompson.
That's highly.
I agree on that.
Devin Booker
I'll
is better
take
than
D
Klay
Booker
Thompson.
over Klay Thompson.
I won't.
Right now.
I won't.
Right now.
I like Klay
Klay Thompson with 2 rings and everything, I'll take D Booker right
D
now.
Book ain't never getting a ring.
D Booker, because he's with the Suns,
He
but
playing
D
with 5
Booker's a
All-Stars.
dog.
I don't
D
care.
Booker's a dog.
Nah.
He's not getting a ring.
He's a dog.
He's not clutch.
He probably won't get a ring because he's at Phoenix.
clutch.
Plus, he's
All right.
He's 21.
Prime example. Oh, Villanova up 11. Sheesh.
Yeah,
Shout out to all my Villanova.
Like, he's gonna be good like how Chris Paul is
Cal,
good.
Phil.
Shout out to all my
If he don't
Dominicans
get a
still in
good
the
team,
NCAA tournament.
Put Devin Booker right now. Put Devin Booker on Cleveland Cavaliers as a rookie 2 years ago. Does Golden State have any championships?
Put anybody on Cleveland.
Put Devin Booker on Cleveland 2 years ago.
Come on, put anybody with LeBron.
Or 3 years
man.
ago. 3 years ago.
Come
3 years
on.
ago.
These hypotheticals.
nobody on
That's
Cleveland.
These hypotheticals.
Right. Like he
with
said.
LeBron James.
All right. All right.
Look at J.R. Smith. He's still in the NBA because of LeBron.
Put Klay Thompson on Phoenix and put Devin Booker on the Golden State Warriors. It's Cleveland.
But
Right.
I agree.
You swap Devin
Phoenix ain't
Booker
making no
for
playoffs.
Klay Thompson on the Warriors. They're not guaranteed that championship. Is the Warriors guaranteed that championship with Devin Booker?
Are the Suns guaranteed to make it to the playoffs?
They not guaranteed with Devin Booker.
Are they guaranteed
Right.
to play?
No.
All right.
No. But
I could prove it by point.
yeah,
Devin Booker is a better player than Klay Thompson.
No, he's not. Not right
I
now.
don't know.
Not yet.
I don't know. Yeah, he's good because he's the best player on his team.
What's Klay Thompson's
so
career
it
high?
looks good.
Was it the
No. Honestly, man, you say D Booker.
D Booker's got
in the shots.
Yeah, 170-point game. That's a high.
Like,
But it
At
ain't
20 years old, 70 points is
Yeah,
amazing.
they lost.
He's been putting
Right,
up numbers,
70.
yo. He puts
Right.
up numbers.
Yes.
Putting up numbers when? Not in the
Listen.
playoffs. He haven't done nothing.
But you also got to
He's
understand. But yeah, he's 21.
He's
And
like,
two, he has no
gonna be
control.
like a
He has no
Monte
control
Ellis.
on who.
All right.
drafts him.
Because y'all gonna say I'm crazy right now. You know who Devin Booker numbers are equivalent to right now at the same age? Michael Jordan.
I agree.
Scoring 60 and losing, not making playoffs.
He's not Michael Jordan.
I didn't say he was Michael Jordan. I just said the numbers are equivalent though.
He be alright.
So who's the MVP, guys?
James Harden MVP.
James Harden definitely.
I already said it, man. I'm going with Lil Forte.
That's
LeBron
it.
James.
I got La Barbita.
James Harden get robbed this year.
I'll go with James. I'll go with James.
That would be crazy.
All right, that's settled.
Young Barbita, MVP.
So we got that out the way.
Shout out to all my Dominicans.
Okay, what
First
you
off,
want next? NCAA. Got Trae Young leaving early.
Yeah, we gonna talk about.
We touched
we
Trae Young a
gonna-
little bit, no?
No. We could go a little bit more in depth if you want on Trae Young, but I want to give a shout out to the young boy K Walk last night against the Grizzlies.
46, 10 threes.
I won by 61.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know.
Yo,
I don't know how.
they take that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's tanking, but I don't know. They have. I think Memphis has to be fine, man. Like something has to happen. You can't.
I don't think Memphis has to be found or they're taking. I just think Kemba Walker was on fucking.
No,
You
no, I
catch a
got no
60 piece?
problem. I got no problem.
You're a
with,
pro?
I got no problem with K Walk doing that.
A 60 piece?
That's a 60.
One player had 35 points in the first half.
60 piece, that happens in middle school biddy ball.
He had 35
That's not supposed to happen in the NBA. A 60 piece?
We
Yeah,
can't talk
that's
about
like-
we can't,
that's like-
we can't talk about how bad Memphis are.
So
good
Kobe
Kemba
didn't
was.
earn his 81.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm
They
not
didn't
saying.
blow Toronto out by 60 though.
Listen, nobody's saying
A
that.
60 piece?
Nobody's saying that.
Can you
K Walk-
imagine sitting on a bench where you get blown out by 60 points?
I lost 52-2 one time.
Listen, young boy.
When you was 11, not when you was a grown ass man collecting a paycheck.
Listen, the young
You was
boy.
11.
Listen, nobody's taking away from the young book 46 and 10 threes, man. I
60
love that.
They shouldn't get paid that.
All
for
I'm
that.
saying is
Fuck that.
Memphis lost by
That was
60,
a road
bro.
game.
They should have some heart.
They should not get paid.
That's a road game.
They should act like one of the overseas GMs
Fucking heart.
and withhold
Come
the
on,
paycheck for last
Come on.
night's game.
A little bit of heart.
60. Yo,
A 60 piece? You're an adult.
how much I lost by? Yeah, 60.
So Kemba had 35 in the first half.
He only played
And
26.
how much they was up by?
I don't know. I only know he played 26
They was
minutes.
only up by like
16.
15,
Wow.
It was
20.
up 15.
Why he played the second half?
He played
They
the
probably was up.
He
by-
didn't
they probably
play
was
the
up
He
by-
only played 26 minutes. You know how many
He
quarters?
didn't play the fourth quarter, and he didn't play the fourth quarter the other day when it was down 30.
30.
I was at the game versus the Knicks.
Which
He
is
didn't play
the
the fourth
exact
quarter.
amount of
The
time.
whole starting five
I
didn't play the fourth quarter.
Yo,
Huh?
this
I don't
new
No,
Syracuse
it's a little no, because that's counting
That's
up,
gonna be a goodie.
I got
and this is
Syracuse.
counting down.
Quote me, Syracuse.
So that tells you how many minutes is left. Yo, so when it cuts off,
I got
when it
kids.
cuts off, press it. You know where it's at, the recording button?
Syracuse shouldn't have been in the NCAA
On that one,
tournament.
you know where it is? Okay, I'm saying, you know where the
Listen,
record
right now,
button
you
is, so
couldn't
when it
tell me
cuts
that no
off?
more. You could have told me that 2 weeks ago,
It's
but
a
right
can-
now.
it's-
I don't think Oklahoma should have been in the NCAA tournament.
NCAA wanted ratings.
It's up top, it's right here.
Why don't you see Trae Young on TV?
But you want to
You know where
see
your
Trae
auto
Young
and manual focuses
You
on
wanna
this
see
one?
in the NBA.
Directly there.
But they should.
in the NBA at that.
You got
In
it?
the NBA.
No,
He
no,
didn't
no,
want to
no.
see him on the
No,
NCAA.
back.
Oklahoma State deserved to be.
Right by that, right by the screen.
Oklahoma State deserved to be in there over Oklahoma. Oklahoma State beat Kansas twice.
Alabama shouldn't have got it.
Oklahoma won at West Virginia. Alabama also won 2 games in their
To be
tournament.
honest with you, yo,
Sexton is a beast.
I agree. because-
Oklahoma State won at Kansas, at West Virginia. They beat 6 top 25 teams, and they also won the first game of their conference tournament. They deserve to be in.
And also,
Right.
And also another thing why I think that Oklahoma, like the reason why they got in, you know, it was because Trae Young brings
Just
you-
the name.
brings you
Ratings,
you know,
ratings, yo.
all throughout. all throughout the season, that's what you saw.
It's an $8 billion.
But he just said he don't feel like they should have been in the tournament.
I said they shouldn't have been in the tournament. I agree. I agree with
They lost 12 of their last 15.
Back to back. I agree.
So he had a few good games and then he had a few bad games.
Do you know how many games he played in college?
He had more good than bad.
But that deserves to be in the NBA.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because that's when they started triple teaming him.
He's on a team with 15 guys and he was the only pro on his team.
That's like,
how about being on a team with 15 guys and you're one of 15 pros?
I was like whenever we played 2-on-2 and I had to always carry the load with me who.
Also think about this, Trae Young led college in scoring, but he also led him in assists.
I'm in here 22 dishes.
So imagine him playing with guys that are better than him. Imagine him he's on a team of 15 where he's the best player, clearly.
Bro,
imagine being on a court of 5
son,
and he's not the best player.
Son, this is
imagine being on a team of 15 he's not the best player.
No, but I'm saying, but you
niggas is trash.
Yo.
Trae Young will not be a top 5 player on his NBA team.
He won't.
And he still was averaging 22 and 9 at Oklahoma where he's the best player.
22, he averaged
27 and 9.
So what are you going to average in the NBA?
In the NBA, it all depends on what team he goes to.
11.
Different role.
But
what? 11? That's high
But
hopes.
do I think he's going to be
High
straight?
hopes. Lonzo Ball's averaging 10. How the hell is 11 high hopes for Trae?
Yo, because Trae Young because Alonzo Ball is nice.
He can pass better than Alonzo Ball.
Alonzo's getting 37 minutes a game though.
He averaged more assists than Alonzo Ball in college.
I don't think Trae Young's able to pass Alonzo Ball.
Oh, no.
See?
No. You know why he's a better passer? Because look at the team that Alonzo Ball had in UCLA, and look at this boy's team. He still
gotta get it.
He dragged
averaged 27-8. Trae Young,
bro.
But Alonzo Ball is 6'6" though.
That's what I'm saying. He's more built. He's more built.
On paper, he's 6'6".
I like him though, man. We got talking about all these built. How many times?
Listen, Alonzo
Ball in the league is built and it's hot.
You ain't like it.
Lonzo Ball will never be NBA All-Star.
Yes, he will.
But he folded under.
I think
he folded under college pressure.
Yo, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
I don't think
if the All-Star game wasn't in LA, Lonzo Ball wouldn't have made the rookie game.
You can't say that.
No.
He would have made the rookie game.
He would have made the rookie game. Hell yeah, he would have made the rookie game.
Lonzo Ball is top 5 rookies right now.
Who are you gonna replace him with?
The same person that replaced him when he got injured. Fox.
If
the game was anywhere else, they would have put Fox in.
Aaron Fox ain't doing shit. His team trash.
Check his numbers. Check Fox numbers.
He's irrelevant right now.
Check Fox numbers.
When he start winning, he be relevant.
When Lonzo Ball start winning,
shit.
they 11 plays.
They're doing better than Sacramento.
All right, 11. One's 11, one's 14.
And they got some streaks that was popping
If
on.
Lonzo Ball was in the East, he'd be doing a lot better.
How? On what team?
On any team. On any team.
But I'm with LeBron, like you said.
Yeah, right.
He's got a better point guard than LeBron, so why put him with LeBron?
Because LeBron is not a point guard.
LeBron's a point guard. LeBron's a natural point guard.
LeBron is a point guard.
He's just a natural. He's just
He do a little bit of everything.
He's at PG.
A natural point guard.
You know why? You know
Now
why?
a natural point guard is.
You know why?
LeBron James.
No. Nigga, you gotta say
Only in the summer, though.
The problem was. No, I'm not even talking about
Nigga said only in the summer.
I'm talking about
They driving in the summer.
Nah, it wasn't that. I'm talking about in the wintertime. When you got, strip club happy, you feel me? Got in the crib late, and you had everything packed up. You remember that? Knocking on the door.
Listen, this is what I do. Because ain't no woman gonna dominate me. I set the motherfucking rules. And as long as this is not shown to nobody, I'm gonna be good.
This nigga is knocking.
Nigga said as long as it's not going to be shown, nobody ever could.
What's your version of the story?
Listen, my version of the story is the same exact shit his version of the story was. My nigga was in the strip club throwing that dollars, like, oh my God, yeah, oh yeah.
15 cash, strong.
And then,
That nigga went home and it was the issue.
Yo, nigga went home like, yo, bye my guys, have a good night. That nigga opened the door, that nigga shit was placed. Nice, nigga. Like, don't
yo, listen.
She said you work at FedEx? I'm gonna show you how to package this shit.
Yo, listen, in life, things happen, you just gotta roll with the punches, my nigga. And I'm still here. We still doing what we doing. Now we doing the podcast, and now I'm talking wild shit for no reason. You already know treason.
You've been talking wild shit.
since I was born.
You've been wearing Air Force Ones every day.
I love Air Force Ones.
You got like 90.
Yo, listen, I got about 70,000 pairs of Air Force Ones, Nike. If you want to send me Air Force
What
Ones,
other kind of Air Force
holla at me. I got all colors. I got all flavors.
You got different Air Force Ones?
Yeah, nigga, I got all flavors.
Which Air Force One? Different colors or
Different colors, different colors.
Because there's only one Air Force One, right?
You Baskin Robbins on 31
Come on,
flavors.
baby, I got all type of flavors. I got orange, I got all types.
I'm about,
I used to have the
What's
white
that?
with the hot pink.
Nah. Jennings, I hear that bullshit. It's playing.
Alright.
The bullshit.
Which one? The soundtrack, the one.
Music, man.
I think that's to life.
Let's get to the National Collegiate Athletic Association.
No, but we're gonna plug you in.
This is bullshit.
Oh, no.
Nah, let's get it started. You already know that these niggas is retarded. You already know I'm sitting down and I'm farting. Cause I really don't give a fuck what you gotta say. I see ya holding a little head. The bomba clap fire, man.
No, you putting it down. You turn the shit
What
down.
up, cuz?
You get happy.
That's a classic, son.
What was that?
No.
Yo, listen, that's a classic. Yo, we here.
I didn't even recall.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game up. Say, hey now.
Away.
That's my man, 50 grand. You already know I eat wild ham. Let's go, my bad.
I was about to drop the beat again.
No,
let's go. Don't drop the beat.
Listen, you dropped that beat. The speaker going out the window.
Let's go.
Two, thank God the audio recording wasn't on. So I'm going to start it now. Under control.
Nah. Pop it.
IEP.
Facts. Definitely one of the students.
Ice?
No, IEP.
Gotta be definitely
I'm
IEP.
good. I got a college degree.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at 7 credits. But that's not here now.
Bachelor's.
Yeah, your school don't exist no more, but that's a different story.
At the end of the day, I got a degree.
He's pulling out his degree.
All right. So now we're back. We're back. This is the Hey Now podcast. Conversation with a bunch of nobodies. So now we're gonna get into our guests. We got the good old Kashif Pratt, and I know Kashif Pratt for a long time, and Kashif Pratt is real good for the culture.
Real good for the culture.
He helps a lot of kids, in this basketball world. And I feel like we need guys like him, especially with what's going on with the NCAA and all these people taking advantage of kids. And I just feel like we need people like Kashif.
Well, let's tell us what the fuck you do, man. What you do, man?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Man, what you do for the culture, man?
I get the job done. I mean, basically, there's no title in this thing. I mean, I really feel like, if you got a job title, you're, condensing and doing one thing. It's like if you're in the office every day, you ain't doing no work. You in the office doing what you're told to do. You're not outside in the streets learning what's going on. How can you help someone if you don't know what's going on in their lives?
That's.
If you do deliveries like me for FedEx, shout out to FedEx.
I don't like everybody.
So you know what's going on in people's lives. Because you do, hold on, time out.
I just those apartment numbers.
That's scary.
I feel like I can't be put in a box. I can't say I do this thing and I do that thing. I do whatever it takes. Whatever's gonna.
Now you just kid.
I mean,
shout out to you for just caring. I feel you.
We need a sound effect for the computer.
It's not that I just care. Like I get a joy out of seeing others do good. It's a great feeling. I tell you all the time, man. It's fucked up knowing like someone else is fucked up, and you can help them, and you don't. Like it's crazy. Like
that's what the NCAA does.
Giving back is me paying rent for being on this earth.
What about the motherfuckers that you feel good about not paying back because they were sleeping on you?
Oh, I mean that happens. You know, not everyone's gonna believe in you. You know, I think if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong. People gonna talk about you. You know, and I don't think anybody hates anybody. I think, you know, people admire.
It's an expression of love, right?
Yeah, they admire you, but can't do what you can do.
I'm saying the same
so
thing.
they have a problem and they don't know how to express that. So it comes off as something we call hate. But I don't think anyone's that important for someone else to hate. Like, hate is a very strong word, you know. And if you really hated someone, they wouldn't be a thought in your mind. That's it.
So,
Wouldn't be a thought.
now that you say that, let's you know, because some people might not really be familiar, you know, with your basketball background. You know, a lot of people don't know your resume. You know, I want to know a little bit. You know, like at what age, you know, you
What age you got me kicked out of UDC?
I was 14 years old.
That was good.
No, we don't
He's
need
going
that.
pounds.
In tribe mode, guys.
I can do it in America.
Because if you want to be the special one, you want to be the idiot one, then you got the title. But you know this,
You gotta come
I
back.
figure it
That's
out.
time. You gotta come back.
Right.
I just want to roll a blunt.
hey, listen, you want to do a little bit too much.
Stop
Hey,
keep smoking your profit.
Yo, what's up, though, baby? I got a good job. I got paid good money.
Shots fired. You got medical.
I'm definitely chilling.
You got a
401k.
You got a dental.
And I don't-
Smell like
and I don't live-
hot pepper.
And I don't live at home with my mom and my dad. So
Alright, we about to
chill.
alright, so I'm gonna ask you again about your basketball, you know, when you first started.
Alright, cause I already got like the introduction of him, like.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
what?
They say the
just
mama-
So we can all edit that
basketball.
stuff out. Everything that's garbage, we can edit out.
Got you.
Alright,
We'll only keep the best.
Oh, shit.
Syracuse is up.
Oh, they nice to hear.
Alright, so Cash, let's get into a little bit about your basketball background. You know, like when you started hooping. You know, who got you into hooping? You know, who you used to roll with?
Honestly, I started when I was 5 years old. My uncles, they played over at Riverside, and they played at Stevenson High School. You know, they was over there with Dutcher Irvin, Kyrie Irvin's dad, Billy Singleton, those guys, Big Skeeter, Derrick Henry. They won a PSL championship, but they played over at Riverside, and they were just telling my dad that, you know, they seen I like basketball. I was playing around in the house, and they were saying Gauchos, you know, has a good development program for young kids. And I went over there. I was 5 years old. They had this thing called the Saturday Sunday Development Program. Every Saturday from 10 to 1, we just go and just do drills and different things. And you got just to meet new people. And, you know, Monday through Friday, I'm in CS 47 all fucking day with my classmates, and there's no basketball. And couldn't wait for Saturday. You know, it's just like getting ready for the first day of school, you know. I'm up Saturday, 8 a.m., ready. I don't care about breakfast. I just got my basketball gear on. I'm ready to go to Gauchos. And I remember...
So you took the time out to really
every
work on your game?
Every weekend.
Gauchos still do that?
Yeah, every weekend. You know, I didn't play in a tournament until
What's
I
that,
was...
from 5 to what?
To 11. I didn't play in a tournament until I was 7 years old. From 5 to 7, I just...
It was just developing, working on your
my
game.
for 2 years, every Saturday, Sunday. And when I was 7, I remember Gaucho started at like 9 years old, the teams, and Coach Tommy Swinton said that they was having a tournament in Queens, 7 and under, and we didn't have the 7 under team, so he just picked a couple of us from the developmental program, and you know, I was one of them. And we went, and we was being dudes 26-6, 32-2. And it was fun, and it was like, you know what, we're going to start a 7 under Gaucho team. So it's crazy that we were the first 7 under Gaucho team. And we led that, and then actually, to this day, I'm probably the youngest player in Gaucho to ever go on a trip. I was 8 years old. I went with the 10 under team to Greensboro, North Carolina. We played smoke teams, we won. The following year, I remember playing against the Charlotte Stars. They had a...
Who they had?
They had a guard. His dad was in the NBA. His dad was Del Curry. And I remember everybody yelling, "Hey, that's Del Curry's son. That's Del Curry's son."
He lit you up?
No, he can definitely shoot like his dad.
That's not what
played
I asked
well. We won the game. We won the game.
Nah, that's not what I asked you.
Did that ass light up on fire?
You know what? I'm gonna get to that, but I don't know if he lit me up. But turns out he's league MVP, Stephen Curry. So that was like crazy to see.
How much you have?
Fast forward in life.
No,
we always talk about you guys asking
you
guys asking did he light me up? You know, everybody knows me. I was one of the best defenders in New York City history.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I can actually vouch for that, man. Man, listen.
in the country?
No, listen. I had the privilege to watch, Cash, Sos, Kirk Kelly. I had the pleasure to watch them actually play like with the Chodes and then Rice, And to me, the reason why Rice won a lot of games, I love Sos. That's my man, 100 grand, Kirk Cows. But the reason why they won is because Cash, man. Cash was that glue, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna say we won because of me. I did play a big role.
He played a big role.
In middle school, I loved scoring the ball. I played at St. Raymond's middle school. I was fucking scoring 30 points a game. But
never be incarnation.
Edgar Sosa was the best. Edgar Sosa was the best player in the city. Curtis Kelly probably was the second best player in the city, hands down. So there was no reason for me to go out there and try to be the third best or the first best, second best. My job was to make sure that they were great at what they did, and I did everything else to make sure I completed the puzzle. You get kids nowadays who, they're on a team with the first and second best player in the city, they just like, oh, fuck that, I think I'm better than him. Accept that role.
Right. Why do you feel that? So you just feel it's more of a like...
It's more of a...
ego thing?
It's an ego thing. I got a chance to play with Edgar and Curtis since we were 12 years old. I seen both of those guys' development to now. And Edgar just turned 30, January 15th. Curtis be 30, April 11th. So, I've seen these guys' development 18 years. I knew they were the best players on the team. I had no hate in my blood. I knew if I did all the other things, we would win games, and that's how I was. I remember Curtis Kelly was gonna go to All Hallows, right? I was 13, he was 14, Ed was 14. We were 8th grade, and in the summertime when he got from the gym, and Kurt went to All Hallows, got his little school uniform in the summer.
Oh, really?
And he was like,
I know Kurt one.
He was like, yo, I just got my stuff. I was like, that's cool. He's like, you still going to Rice? I'm like, yeah. He's like, damn, that's crazy. Like, man, we supposed to all play together. So. About a week later, Kurt changed his mind and said, I want to go to Rice with Cash. Kurt Kelly's going to Rice. Day before school started, we had practice at the Gaucho gym. And we was getting ready for Gaucho Ramble. And I remember Edgar telling me, he was like, yo, you still going to Rice? I'm like, yeah. Like, where you going? He was like, I'm going to my zone school, George Washington. And I'm like, you're fucking best player in the city. Like, you can't go to George Washington. Like,
you was going to play baseball?
Nobody Washington. So I called Rice High School coach Mo Hicks. And I said, hey man, Edgar, like...
Hold on. You called the coach?
I called the coach in high school.
In the 8th grade?
8th grade. Next day, first day of school.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
first day of school was the next day.
That Gaucho experience is real. That network.
So you've been brokering deals since you was in middle school.
I've been brokering deals since I was 13, man. So, even before then. So basically...
He said even before that.
I called Mo Hicks.
He was talking about the illegal shit.
I called Mo Hicks and I told him, I said, man, Edgar is supposed to go to his own school. Like, we can't have that happen. Like, he's the best player in New York. Like, I need Edgar right. So he said, yo.
Sosa would have been a Trojan.
He said, just bring Edgar to school tomorrow with you. So I told him, I said, yo, listen, it's the summertime. We don't gotta, like, in Rice, you don't gotta wear your Rice sweater in September. So I said, just wear a shirt, tie, slacks, and black shoes. And he came to school. He texted me. He said, yo, I'm about to get off the train. I met him.
Yeah, hush puppies?
Nah, he had these Eddie Domani slacks.
Yeah.
He had these blue little Bete dancing shoes. I don't know what. I told you black shoes. He had some blue like dress shoes.
What you mean Bete?
I don't know. It was some crazy I think it was a salsa dancer. The shoes he had on. But it was weird. The first day of school, he just went to all my classes with me. And it made sense because all the kids in our freshman class knew who he was. He was the best player in 9th grade in the city. So it wasn't like, yo, who's that? all the teachers is like calling out names, and then it's like, who named it? And go, and Edgar's like raising his hand, and they're like, oh, let me check. Aren't these? And then I'm just telling them like, yo, he's getting enrolled in today. You know, he'll be on your list by Wednesday.
Don't forget, your man is a ninth grade.
This is what I'm telling teachers.
So basically, you told Sos to meet you at the school.
We meet at school, wear shirt and tie, slacks and shoes.
One question.
And he came the whole first day of school. Everybody knew who he was, but he wasn't enrolled in the school. Like he was
basically
a legal alien.
So
did he speak English or not on the first day of school?
He spoke English, but the crazy thing about Edgar's probably the only person in rice history who's never seen his report card. Because his mother didn't speak English, he never came to parent teacher's night. So he's never got a report card.
Man,
But he's never failed on the basketball team.
Yo, shout out to Mama Marisa, man.
Oh,
He said
the best tuna sandwich. The best tuna sandwich
Shout out
in
to
the country.
Mama Dopes, man.
But no, I think and Edgar Sosa, we got him enrolled, and you know, was the best player on our freshman team. You know, we lost, and then sophomore year, junior, and senior, we played varsity. We won the city championship. I mean, I think him and Kurt Kelly our senior year we won. They got co-player of the year. You know, I mean, he went off to Louisville, great career, playing professional. Curtis Kelly playing professional. I mean, I just think those guys help make me the man I am. Like, I'm able to work. You get guys like they still play basketball. I'm in the corporate world. I'm so easy to work with a team because of those guys I was around. Like, I never wanted to be the star. You know, I was cool with doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
I was cool with doing what
like.
it takes. You know what I'm saying? And some people just don't do that. And I think being around Edgar and Curtis, you know, from 12 to 17, 18, it helped me with that. Like, I was the captain. Like, I remember our senior year, we was gonna change to Jordan, Team Jordan brand, right? And Edgar and Kurt was like, nah, let's stay Nike. I'm like, nah, let's be Jordan. And we stayed Nike because they had the majority vote, 2 versus 1. So Mo Hicks would give me all the Jordans, and Edgar and Kurt would be mad. And I just like, yo, I told y'all, let's go Jordan. Well, you know, y'all stuck wearing Vince Carter's. And I
had some Shaq the Boings.
And I got them boys go straight trash.
And I got the new 14s. I got the 20. I remember wearing the 21s. The 21s before they came out. And Irvin Walker, shout out to Irvin Walker. Irvin Walker came to me before the game started. I said, yo, what kind of sneakers are those? I was like, these are Jordan 21s. They'll be out All-Star Weekend. You know, everybody knows Michael Jordan's birthday, February 17th. Always drops a shoe All-Star Weekend. I was like, they'll be out February. This was early January. You know, I was that guy. I loved wearing, you know, I would come to games with a shoebox in my hand. I loved wearing like exclusive J's, you know, exclusive shoes before the game and stuff like that.
Hollywood Cash.
Game in elementary school. The loudest person in the room with his eyes popping out.
Terry, the best storyteller.
I mean, it's hard. It's
The
hard.
best story.
It's hard.
That's where actually Cash gets it from.
It's hard. It's hard to do. It's hard to do something without support. You know, my parents they supported me to a crazy extent. You know, we didn't have my team didn't have my AAU team. We didn't have a lot of parents show up. You know what I'm saying? My dad was on trips with us, hanging out. You know, he was the guy you can talk to. So I think it was dope.
Yeah.
What was you getting into though?
You can't talk to him as the person on the other team. Sorry, go ahead.
No, of course, man. Like I said, man, shout out to Terry, man. Good dude, good guy. But yeah, so I watched you play with Sos and Kels. How was it seeing Walk? Like, when Walk, because I remember Walk, I still remember when I played St. Ray's and I watched him as a freshman. Sophomore. Yeah. And I think he was so quick, but he was more known for his defense.
Alright. So break it down. If you was a young guy, right, freshman, sophomore, you wasn't getting the game if you don't play defense. And I think Walk understood that. He just wanted to get in the court. When we say Walk, we're talking about Kemba Walker, 2-time NBA All-Star. Kemba Walker was also on our high school team as a sophomore. But, you know, Walk lived about 7 minutes away from me. So, you know, we would take the 5 bus to the 2 train every day. We would take the 2 train to the 5 bus back home.
Were you eating a bacon, egg, and cheese?
No, I actually was. I like turkey sausage, egg, and cheese. Not a lot of stores in Harlem sold turkey bacon. I'm allergic to pork, so I don't eat bacon. It was hard.
That's what you was in shape, right?
It was hard.
Abs.
It was hard for Walk to eat breakfast because you know, you see me, him, and Rudy Rousson going to school together, and Walk was always like, we meet at the bus stop at 7:30. You know, it's 7:15 and Walk is getting up. You know, he's staying up all night playing the video game. Like, you know, so I used to have to call Miss Behringer. Hey, Miss Behringer, it's Kashif Pratt here. You know, there's no hot water until 7:45. So me, Kimber Walker, and Rousson Shepard gonna be late. All right, don't worry about it, I got a pass for y'all. She actually lived, so Walk lived seven minutes away from me on the left side. She lived about 10 minutes on the right side. So she understood that when the water was out and things like that. So like I was able to like, you know what I'm saying, broker those deals and finesse. You know, everybody says I'm a scammer. I tell them I'm a finesser. You know.
Yeah, great talker. That's what
I think. Yeah, great talker. I think. But Kimber, he understood like you get kids coming to high school and want to score a ball. He understood that like playing with 5 seniors in the starting lineup, like if he wanted to get in the court, he had to play defense and bring other things. And I think he did that well. And I think he never got too low. He never got too high. You know, I remember even when he was nominated for the McDonald's game, and I was in college, and I was like, "Yo, congrats!" I was like, "You gonna be in the game? You gonna kill it?" He was like, "I don't even know if I'm gonna make the game, man. There's so many point guards, they may not pick me." You know, I'm like, "They gonna pick you," but like he never felt like cocky. You know, he always went out there, worked his hardest, felt he was good, but he never like was like telling people like, "Oh, I'm better than this guy."
And you'll never get that vibe.
No, I mean, he's still the same person today. He don't. He keeps it real. He keeps it 100. You know, and I think that's part of his success, and that's why, you know, God blessed him. Like, think about, he's on.
After everybody hated on him.
He's on the team that Michael Jordan owns. We're talking about the best player in NBA history. You know, here's a guy, Kemba Walker. He's on Michael Jordan's team. He's getting a chance to chat Michael Jordan day in and day out. And, you know, he's doing some amazing things in the NBA. You know, people said he couldn't shoot. He's now the all-time leading three-point shooter in franchise history. He's also #1 in threes made in Eastern Conference this year. People said he was too small. I mean, you see him day after he just got an N1 for game the other day. You know, I mean, I think he shows what it's like to be from the Bronx and being from New York. Yeah, putting sound effects on me, huh?
You know, Brother Jennings over here.
The Deacon.
Hey, man.
I started out my college at, so I started college ball at Seton Hall University, South Orange, New Jersey.
How was that? That was with Bobby G, right?
Bobby Gonzalez.
He's crazy.
Cokehead. I'll be honest.
Yo, listen, we from together. We just being honest.
We had a weird team. I think everybody was used to, you know, Louis Orr on the team, and he was more of a laid back coach. Bobby came in as a new coach. Was, you know, his way or the highway. You know, and I think a lot of players didn't agree with that. That year in the Big East, it was 16 teams, but they were only taking 12 for the Big East tournament. And I remember we had to win our last 3 to make it to the Big East tournament. And, backtrack then, I remember playing Pittsburgh, and I remember telling B. Lang, I said, Brian Lang went to Seton Hall I knew since years ago, we went to St. Raymond's. I remember telling Brian Lang, I was like, man, I ain't getting in today, man, I ain't wearing my jersey. And I went warm-ups without a jersey on. I got a tank top on and my warm-up on. I was like, I ain't getting in, I ain't wearing my jersey.
So you left the jersey in the locker room?
Left the jersey in the locker room.
And you just put on your warm-up?
And he was like, yo, you bugging? He was like, yo, you gonna play? So, you know, like 12 minutes before the game, you go back in the locker room and talk with the coach, and like, he convinced me to put my jersey on. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. And I'm like, nah. He's like, do it. We went back out, I didn't do it. And then he was like, hey, you bugging. And I actually like had one of the managers go back and get my jersey. I mean, it was a good time for me though. I remember many great relationships. My boy Juan, you know, Juan still hangs with me today.
Good guy, man.
You know, I met Juan in 2006. Juan came as a freshman with me.
But that was like a strategy to get out of there?
No, it was. I mean, I thought I was gonna be there, you know, 4 years, but you know, it got to a point where it wasn't the place for me, and you know, you got older guys on the team, Stan Gaines, Jamar Nutter, Brian Lang, Manny Messi, and they told me, he's like, hey man, you a freshman, like, you know, if you're not happy here, yo, get out of here, like, go somewhere else where it may be better for you. So I remember I was speaking to Coach Jeff Rulin over at Iona, and I was like, man, I want to transfer now. You know, January, he was like, nah. He was like, don't do it because you have to sit out half the year next year, come at the end of the year, and you get a chance to sit out a whole year and play a whole year. So I'm like, all right, cool. Long story midget, Iona wins 2 games that year, he gets fired. So I'm like, fuck! Like, they got a new coach. So backtracking to Rice, you know, Edgar being one of my best friends, he's like, yo, one of my coaches asked me your number. And I'm like, I ain't about to transfer to Louisville. Shit, I ain't playing here, I'm gonna play Louisville. And then he was like, nah, I think he's getting Iona job. So Kevin Willard got my number from Edgar Sosa. You know, he called me and he was just like, he's like, hey Cash, what's up? He's like, I got your number from Edgar. He's like, you know, I'm getting an Iona job, I want you to come with me. And I was like, dope. And it was like, it wasn't to the point where I was like, I need to go see what else is out there. I was already going to Iona.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And new coach, and you know, my best friend, he vouched for him. And I was like, all right, cool, I can do this. So,
hold on. Before you get a little deep, because I know how you give it up. Now,
you want me to go through some of the
no.
experiences?
I want to ask you a question. Did you feel that you had to go into the Big East Conference because
Egg and Kurt went?
Egg and Kurt went Big East?
No,
you know
what's crazy? I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you hands down.
Yeah, I know I was going to ask that one.
Hands down,
Go ahead.
honest truth.
Keep it true.
I remember
All the way.
Pittsburgh. Carl Krauser was the best player in Pittsburgh.
Agreed.
He lived in my building.
He was 40 though.
I watched all the Pittsburgh games.
He was 40.
I remember Jamie Dixon recruited me, and he found out me and Carl was in the same building. He felt the connection, and I remember they recruited Gilbert Brown. And Gilbert Brown had game, don't get me twisted, and they stopped recruiting me. And I remember we played them, and I locked Gilbert Brown up.
Lock his ass right up, right? Ball, right?
And we beat them. Edgar killed Doc Rivers' son, Jeremiah Rivers, who's at PGM. Edgar killed Doc Rivers. People don't know, Doc has an older son, not Austin. His older son is Jeremiah Rivers.
Yeah.
Edgar killed him.
Cooked him.
We beat BABC. And it was crazy, but it's like, I was like, you know what, I'm off Pittsburgh. And Bobby Gonzalez was at Manhattan at the time. And they had, you know, Jay Wingate was a senior, Rice dude, I knew him. Arturo Dubois was a sophomore, was a senior when I was a sophomore at Rice. Tasco Brown was a freshman, was a junior. I mean, he was a senior when I was a junior at Rice, played with him as a sophomore as well. So, you know, I knew a lot of the guys on the team, and I just felt the connection between them. Iona, coach was Jeff Rulin, former NBA player. Sam Worthen, who was from my neighborhood, former NBA player. They had Steve Burke, guy I knew. Marvin McCullough, guy I knew since I was a little kid. Ricky Soliver, you know, a guy everybody knew from the Washington Heights, Dykeman area. So it was like up in the air. I was like, you know what I'm going to need to do? Manhattan, Iona. I'm going to stay home in the area, play in front of my family and friends. And Manhattan was like, yo, like, Iona's struggling this year. Like, they might get fired. You're going to go play for a new coach. I'm like, oh, damn. So I remember the season ending. And then when I didn't decide in school, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Manhattan. I'm gonna wait till after the championship game. And I remember the day before the city championship game, Mo Hicks was telling me, he's like, yo, Jamie Dixon wants to speak with you. He still wants you to come to Pittsburgh. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm off him. And I remember hitting the game-winning shot, and I said in the camera, I was like, yeah, and I'm about to commit to Pittsburgh, Then I thought about it like, man, they didn't want me. They wanted me, then they didn't want me. Now they want me, I don't want to go there. I'm going to go to Manhattan College. And
so was that like
that was done. I was going to go to Manhattan College.
No, but how did you feel? Do you feel like, why would I?
Yeah, like, why would I want school want me?
Now?
If school want me, then they don't want me, now they want me again. Like, nah, I ain't feeling that. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to Manhattan College. Bobby Gonzalez and those guys. And it was crazy because Iona wound up killing and they wound up winning it. And I was like,
Their conference tournament.
They won a conference tournament. And I was like, oh, ain't no way they getting fired. And they was like, yeah, but he's still on the hot seat. They convinced me, like, yo, he's still on the hot seat. He's losing 8 players, They lose next year, he can get fired. Sure enough, they lost next year. They won 2 games, and he got fired.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to go to Manhattan. Forget it. I'm going to go to Manhattan. I know a couple guys on that team. I didn't know anyone on the Iona team that was coming in. I knew all the guys that were leaving. So I'm going to go to Manhattan. Bobby Gonzalez gets the Seton Hall job. Him and Coach Murphy called me and they goes, hey, you still interested in Manhattan? I was like, yeah. I wanted to even tell you guys I think I'm going to commit, this week. He's like, well, we're getting the Seton Hall job tomorrow. We'd like you to come with us.
So you originally was supposed to go to Manhattan?
And without any thought, without any like, hey, is this too high for me? Am I going to play? Who they have? I didn't even think about it. And I said to say this, like, a lot of kids are rushing decisions and rushing and, picking schools. And
You've been through it now.
Seton Hall was the bottom of the conference. I went to a school with a conference rather than how successful they would be. And I went because those coaches recruited me and that was where I was going to go. Once they told me they was going to Seton Hall, I should have gave Iona another look. Or I should have gave someone else another look. Reopened my recruitment. But it was just like, all right, I'm going to go to Seton Hall. And I got there and it was just like, okay, I'm good at this. All right, I'm playing. Guys are tired. He's running us. We did all the running at Rice. I was in shape. We played a blue and white game on campus. Blue and white game was usually inter-squad scrimmage in front of the fans. And I had 24 points. And I'm like, oh, shit. It's college shit. It's all right.
You think it's easy.
All right.
A little work.
Then, we didn't have social media back then. There was no Instagram, Twitter. Back then, you read the boards, the alumni, people writing about you and all that. And they was feeling me. Oh, Kashif Pratt, good, can play, score. So I was feeling myself. Played the exhibition game, played like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, damn, what's up? I was cooking, I ain't playing. Played another one, played like 8 minutes. Oh, freshman shit, okay, cool. Started playing well in practice. I'll be all right. Not playing. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then I remember, having a conversation with the coach. He's like, like brushing me off, like, don't worry about it, and yelling and screaming and trying to break me. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, why I can't get a shot? And it's like,
Did it mess with your confidence a little bit?
You know what? It didn't mess with my confidence because I was still busting ass in practice. Like, it got to a point where I knew I wasn't playing. So, like, in practice, I was on this, like, we only had like 9, 10 players because guys were always hurt. So we would play against, like, we would be the scout team. If we were playing another team, we had to run other teams' plays. I remember we was playing Rutgers the day before we were playing Rutgers. The day of we were playing Rutgers. And I was supposed to be J.R. Inman. J.R. Inman played with us at Gallup Shows, and I knew how J.R. played. He was Rutgers' leading scorer. And he was like, Cash, you got to emulate J.R., da-da-da. And I went off. 3-ball, floater. And I remember Bobby Gonzalez saying, fuck are you doing? This is not about you. This is about us. This is about us preparing for the fucking game. This is not about you. You always think it's about you. And I'm just like, dude, come on, serious?
So you felt Bobby G?
I felt he didn't give me a fair shot.
He was hating.
I don't know if he was hating. I guess maybe he went with all the guys. I just felt like he didn't give me.
Who was the other guys that was so important that you couldn't get a shot?
We had good guards in front of us. Jamar Nutter, Brian Lang, Stingies. But as a kid in high school, you go from playing a whole game to going to college and not playing. It's tough. You don't understand that. It's different. And it was something new to me. Like, I didn't sit the bench since, who knows? My sophomore year, early in the year, I sat the bench. I was hurt, but before then, I don't remember sitting the bench. So it was like, it tripped me out. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to transfer to I spoke to the older guys. They told me I was transferring. I remember meeting with Bobby Gonzalez and him telling me, like, you're not transferring, you're going to sit out next year, get stronger, work on your game. And I'm like, I'm not coming back to play for you. Like, how are you trying to sit me out next year? And he says, well, I'm not giving you a release. And I was like,
whoa.
Yeah.
So he tried to hold you hostage.
Trying to hold me hostage.
He wasn't trying to give him the
He said he
papers?
wasn't giving me the papers. And I was like, okay. I made a phone call. I called Russ Smith Sr. I told Russ Smith Sr. what happened. I told him I wanted to train. He says, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Later on that night, I got a call and said, yo, it's a meeting on Friday with your parents and Bobby. And Bobby just says he'll give you a release. He just wants to speak to your parents. And he just don't want you there at the meeting. And I found it crazy that he didn't want me at the meeting. I'm like, fuck that, I'm going, da-da-da. And I remember telling one of my friends in Bronxdale, and they was like, oh yeah, we gonna be there waiting for him. I'm like, no, I'll be waiting for him. So literally they asked me what time he was coming. I had 20 people standing in front of the building when he came. Didn't touch him, didn't do anything. But it was just a fucked up situation. And you know, I try to put that on kids now, like, hey man,
Before you keep going, how was that meeting like between Bobby Gonzalez and your parents?
I wasn't there. I mean, I only know what I heard. I mean, it was tough because, like, I remember playing against Pittsburgh, and, you know, Pittsburgh had Austin, who was on my Gaucho team.
Levance was there?
Austin sat out. Levance, who played on the team 1 year above me. They had Ronald Ramon, who played on 2 years above me. So my dad knew those guys from Gauchos. And I remember during warm-ups and shoot-around, you know, they all came to my pop, said, what's up, how you doing? Bobby Gonzalez went to the coaches and said my dad was rooting for the other team. And I'm just like, dog, these are kids he's known for years.
So he was upset because of the relationship he already had with those.
Exactly. But why is my dad, even if my dad was rooting for those kids, those are like kids he knows. It's kids at the end of the day. Why does that affect me? I just felt like it was just too personal. And I couldn't deal with it anymore. I think the best thing for me was to move on and start a new life and be able to, you know, try something new. So I got to Iona with Kevin Willard again, and I had to sit out a year. And that shit was terrible. I just went from like, so NCAA rules, if you don't play 11 games, you can redshirt. Mm-hmm. Bobby Gonzalez knew I wanted to transfer. He coaches everybody talk. He would play me 1 minute, 2 minutes, it counts as a game. 40 seconds, it counts as a game. I remember playing against Rutgers.
It would have been over.
I remember playing against Rutgers at Rutgers.
Send me home.
Big East conference game. I got in twice and played a total of 8 seconds.
What the fuck is that?
I got in twice. So it was 4 seconds left in the first half. They told me to go deny Courtney Nelson. I played. 4 seconds left, tie game in regulation. Go deny Courtney Nelson. I got it. I didn't get in overtime. So there was some times where the stat sheet might should have said +0. So I said it's time for me to go.
And
So Iona, I gotta sit out, and I'm like, shit. So now you're practicing. Iona just became. They were just 2-26, 2-28.
They were
2-28 last year. New coach, new system, couple new players. He kicked off all the bad seeds, and we're practicing, and I remember that summer coming home. I'm playing 3-on-3 in Rosedale Park, and I hit like 4 jumpers in a row, and my confidence went crazy, and I started like playing 3-on-3 with my friends, and I'm like hating Bobby Gonzalez. Like, yeah, this is for you, Bobby. Boom, boom, boom. I go play in the Rucker. 3-3. I go play in Dykeman. 3. Like, everywhere I'm playing, I'm just hot. And I'm just playing out of fucking emotion. So I get to Iona, we're playing, and I'm just like killing in practice. And I remember I got kicked out of a practice. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've never been kicked out of a practice a day in my life. So I got to the locker room and didn't get dressed in. I didn't know what to do. I don't know, what do you do when you get out of practice? So I go upstairs. So Shaheem Holloway is assistant coach. Shaheem Holloway, McDonald's All-American. Shaheem Holloway played in McDonald's All-American game with Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, and he got MVP.
And Shaheem Holloway was a savage.
Legend. So, savage. You know, Sha was the director of ops when I was in Seton Hall. Me and him went to Iona together. And so Sha was someone I spoke to every day. So he's like, go upstairs and meet with Coach, see what happened. I go meet with Coach Will, and he's like, man, I kicked you out because we fucking suck. He was like, I just need your ass to be good. Like, you didn't do nothing wrong. He was like, we're terrible. Next year, I just need you to know, like, we need you, da-da. So I'm like, what the fuck? That's what kicked me out? So I'm like, all right, cool. Next season comes. You know, it was I wasn't a starter. And I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't have to start. What's up? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm playing 20 minutes a game though. It's cool. For some reason, we were doing like the same thing every day in practice, the same routine. I started to get bored. I'm like, man, practice again. And I had an 11 o'clock class. It was done 11:45. I would get something to eat. I would wrap my food, go to my room. I'll finish my food at 12:15. Take a nap. Practice at 2:30. I have my nap. My alarm was on for 1:50 every day. I'll sleep 12:15 and 1:50. I would eat 12 and 12:15. 12:15 and 1:50 is my nap time.
So was you getting like?
I was getting
tired of that structure.
I was getting tired of it. It was the same shit every day. I was getting bored, and we played. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to play no more. But I was like, man, niggas, I think I'm a bum. Seeing how I'm no playing, I was like, I gotta get 20. Once I get 20, I'm quitting. And
was that why when you went on the trip?
I couldn't get 20. We go on a trip to the Bahamas. Same time as Virgin Islands. We go to the Virgin Islands. It's a tournament. So Kimbo was a freshman. UConn was playing in the tournament, and his mom, she would stay to watch me play and all of that. And it was crazy. The first game we played against Wisconsin, high major team. Their point guard was my man Poppy from Queens, Trayvon Hughes. We lost to Wisconsin by 3 points. I played well. I'm like, all right, cool, we going. The next game we played VMI. Beat them. Played well. We had 2 days off. We go out to dinner as a team. We're on a boat. I don't swim. I stay in the boat. We go to dinner.
You catch really don't swim.
The dinner was super quiet. I mean, you can hear a pin drop. And our coach is like, yo, what's going on? Like, why y'all so quiet? And everybody's like, we know you gonna make niggas run if niggas is acting up like. And he's like, Cash, what's up? Cash, liven up the table. I'm like, huh? He's like, come on, man. Like, get everybody like juiced up. Crack some jokes and whatnot. So we're cracking jokes. We're talking about one of our other coaches, Dan McCall, his dance moves and, Shaw, the way Shaw be getting on dudes and talking about players, hung over at games and shit. I remember, shout out to my man Trent. Trent was a freshman, came to a fucking game, hung over.
Jesus.
I started talking about Coach Willett.
Like me.
I started talking about Coach Willett yelling at dudes in practice, and he started to get red. And I'm like, yeah, right? So we're just laughing and joking, everybody's laughing. So the next day we're playing Southern Miss. And I usually came in 3 minutes into the game, every game. So I wasn't tripping. So first TV timeout under 16, 4 minutes go by, I didn't get in. Okay. 12-minute TV timeout going, 8 minutes go by, I didn't get in. So I'm like,
it's getting a little cold there. It's getting a little cold.
You took it personal.
So
cold now.
I get in with like 9:50 left. We're down like 4. I scored 9 in that 9. I scored 9 points in that 9 minutes and 50 seconds. We're up 3 at half. All right, cool, we good. Assistant coach like, yeah, let's go, man. We're going. Boom, second half. I'm gonna play again the first like 8 minutes. What the fuck? I play a little bit. I finished with 12 points. We lost by 3. Coach come in the locker room. He's you guys are My man Jonathan Huffman, who was at Louisville with Edgar, he sat out with me.
Huff.
He's yelling at Huff.
You remember Huff?
He's yelling at Huff, like, oh, Huff, you this and that, you saw. And I'm sitting right next to him, and he goes, and you, Mr. Funny Guy, you want to crack jokes that's there at dinner, da-da-da. And I'm like, serious? Like, so that tripped me out.
So he took it personal because you wanted to
So he
crack
took it
jokes?
personal. So I sat there, I'm like, all right. I remember after the game, we got dressed, our bags were packed, went to the airport. And the whole team is sitting at the gate. And our flight's in like another 2 hours. I sat 3 gates away by myself. And I'm just like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, and then one of the coach's wives came to me and she said, don't worry about it, Cashy. You're gonna be all right, you'll be fine. And I was like, all right. I was like, you know what, man? I'm tired of this shit. I was like, but you know what? I ain't sure this team. I'm just gonna go out and get my buckets. And I remember keep playing, and we went on a road trip. We played Western Michigan. I played good. He's yelling at me. We were about to play Ohio State.
Yeah, he was Ohio State.
He got me running. We're in practice, and he got me running on the sideline. So we play Ohio State. Evan Turner for the Portland Trailblazers is on Ohio State. They got a good squad. Dallas Lauderdale, who's on my team, ABCD Camp. B.J. Mullins, who was a top 10 pick. But Evan Turner's talking wild shit. So we're Iona playing Ohio State at Ohio State.
He was dogging y'all though, right?
We're down 7 with 7 minutes left. What are you giving them a run? Evan Turner goes, man, we got this shit. These New York niggas ain't shit. We about to blow them out. I'm like, what? He comes down, hit a 3, we down 10. I come down, hit a 3, we down 7. He come down, get a pull-up, we down 9. I come down, score, we down 7. He come down, score, we down 9. I come down, miss, get a rebound, pass, we down 7. They call a timeout. Boom, we down 7. It's about 6 and change left. Going to timeout, I'm like, Shy, yo, we got these niggas, man. These niggas ain't shit, Shy. Like, nigga Evan Turner talking mad shit. Willard looks over, he's like, what are you doing? You talking back to Shaheem? And I'm like, what? Like, we get out. Sit down. We sit down. We lost by 18 points. What? And he comes in the locker room and he's like, you know, it's your fault that I always want to talk about. I was like, and I literally.
So he blamed you.
He blamed me because I was like, I guess I was doing well and I wasn't out there. And he said I took the focus away.
Fucking joking, yeah.
And he said I was like telling Shaw like, yo, we got them. Like, you're fucking Iona playing Ohio State. And he thought I was talking back to Shaheem, where like Shaw was my man. Like I would never disrespect Shaw. And I'm not disrespectful, but it was like when he said that to me, I said, I looked at him and I said, you took down the game with 7 minutes left and we were down 7. We lost by 18. How was it my fault?
And he told him that.
Told him that.
In front of your teammates.
In front of teammates, and he was pissed.
So a mixture of
ego.
No, not a mixture of ego. What I was gonna say is
I had something to prove. I had just played at Rice, was one of the best players in the city. When the Seton Hall didn't play, now I'm at Iona, like on a team I know I can play on, like, and it was just like I had something to prove.
And you also felt like it was kind of like a disrespect to the craft that you've been doing, since the age of 5, right?
We're on a 5-game losing streak now. We're playing against St. Francis, Pennsylvania, at home.
Y'all get clapped.
So I see during the week of practicing, he changed a lot of them. I'm starting now. Okay. I guess my little disrespect made some noise. I'm starting. I call the whole Bronx deal, yo, I'm starting, man. Who need tickets? I'm good. I got everybody. I call my homies in Parkchester, Cody, Rudy, everybody came through. I must have had like 35 tickets for the game. My man, shout out to my man Mike. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike from Bronx deal with that. He held the door. Anybody that came to the door I the game said they was with cash, they was good. You know what I'm saying? Mike held it down. We're on a 5-game losing streak. So I'm like, all right.
St. Francis sucks, by the way.
St. Francis, PA?
Sucks.
It's all right.
No. Sidebar. They was trash.
It was
trash. It was trash.
Long story, midget.
Go ahead. They was still
My
trash.
other man's conference.
I had 18 points. I had 22 points. Was 9 for 14 from the field. Only missed 5 shots that game. We won.
No, what happened? All right, so y'all want to know what happened? There's a what happened.
What happened was Daily News interviewed me after the game. I was like, I was just having my first college start. I just went out there and played aggressive. I was glad to get us out that lost column. We won a game. We was on a 5-game losing streak. They wrote 2 lines about it. I say that to say this. I'm going to get back to the 2 lines, but remember they wrote 2 lines about it. 5-game losing streak. I scored career high 22 points. They wrote 2 lines about it. After that, we played Hofstra. We lose to Hofstra. I had like 13 points. Now we're playing University of South Florida, Big East School at Dominic Jones, NBA prospect. Big body, Dominic was nice. So we come out, we got to play for Huff, where it's like a pick and pop. I hit him. I didn't hit him. I shot a 3. Willard's yelling at me, "Oh, you're selfish." Sit down.
Was it did they go under? Like, was it a good?
It's a good play. They went under. I was feeling it.
Okay. So
he takes me out with like.
You gotta make sure, Cash, cause
Listen, I'll tell you
something. You had a tendency of letting it flap. I'm just saying.
He took me out.
A good shot? Okay.
He took me out with like 16 minutes left in the game, first half. I didn't play the rest of that. Halftime, he's like, oh, you fucking selfish, da da da. You're not playing no more this game, da da da. I'm tired of your shit. All right, cool. We're playing on MSG, national television. We're down like 27. He comes to the end of the bench. Hey, son, I need you to get in there and score some points. Man, we get embarrassed. I'm like, oh, now you need me. So I go in there.
So now you want me to score some points.
I go in there freezing cold. I didn't play in 30 minutes. And I go in there chucking. And I couldn't make a shot.
You didn't even care though.
Couldn't make a shot. Couldn't get it. So we got back. And I remember this was my last college game ever. We got back. We're playing Ryder on New Year's Eve. And Ryan Thompson, one of the better players in our league, his brother Jason Thompson, just went to the NBA the year before. 6'5" PG. And me, I was a great defender, but I wasn't the fastest guy. I wasn't the quickest guy. I knew how to get back space and use my length. And Willard's big thing was ball pressure. And I was just like, man, I need to just use my length. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get up high and let him go right find me. And we lost the game. And in the locker room, he came and yelled. He was like, oh, you don't fucking listen. You didn't play no defense. And I'm like, well, that's what I do.
So
and
once again,
he wrote on the board. 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m.
Practice.
I see you tomorrow. 3 practices on New Year's Day. So it was New Year's Eve. I went home, fellas back to the crib. Went to go to City Island. You know what I'm saying? Before the boat drop, went got some food, chill out. And I was just like, man, I'm done with this shit. So I remember it. I went home.
While you was in City Island, that's where you came down to the conclusion that
No. It was just the whole day. It was like the whole after the game. And I was like, I'm not even going back to the dorm. I was gonna go to City Island and go back to the dorms. So man, I want to stay at the crib. I want to stay at the crib, sleep in my own bed, get a good night's sleep, and think about this shit. Practice at 6. I got up at like 4. I went with my parents. I was like, man, I think I'm quitting the team today. And they're like, yeah. See you later. Like,
was the
get there. They were sleeping. They didn't really understand. I get there, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go through with this shit. Get dressed, I go to get my ankle tape. Got 1 ankle tape. About to get the next one. I'm like, Sam, hold on. Sam was at athletic trainer. I'm like, yo, KC, go get Shaheen. Shaheen comes down, I'm like, Shah, I don't want to do this shit up more. He's like, what? I was like, I don't want to quit the team. He's like, fucking bugging, dude. I'm like, nah, man. He's like, all right, go tell Coach Will. I go upstairs to tell Willard. And it's funny because we had this conversation at City of Palms, and Willard was telling me he didn't go down, and I told him to go down. I told him I wanted to quit the team, and he was just like, okay, cool. Like, don't go say bye to your teammates, get out of here, go home. Oh. And I was like, oh, is that easy? All right, cool. And I tell her all the time how I know it went that way. Because remember I said I had 1 ankle tape. I didn't get a chance to go home. And I remember we had a scissor from the locker room in the dorm room, and I had to use that scissor in the dorm room to cut my ankle. And I took that scissor home, and till this day, that was January 1st, 2009. It is now March 23rd, 22nd, 23rd? March 23rd, 2018, and I still have that scissor. And that's how I knew it went down that way. And the next game, we're playing Fairfield. And my dad went to the game, and
you're not playing Fairfield.
I'm not there, but I was playing Fairfield, and they have posters of me. They're giving out posters of me.
What did the posters say?
It was just like a picture of me. It was the game day posters.
Because
he gave a family.
You're not gonna give him that.
He gave a family $20,000 to take care of whatever bills they gotta take care of.
Nah.
That's corny.
90 years. That's a racketeering charge.
That's not even.
There's guys committing murders that got 20 years. You give him 90 because he wanted to help take care of family?
So what cause we get
the NCAA told me I couldn't buy a kid a slice of pizza. If I brought him a slice of pizza, he had to sit 6 games. I said, what you gonna do? Tell him he can't get me tickets no more? I bought my own fucking ticket. The NCAA asked me, so
tell me why you mad.
There's here we see you was at this game. How did you get here? I said the flight was $232. I make $64,000 on my job. You think I can afford $232? Oh, by the way, my wife went with me too. We split the hotel.
Yeah, shout out to Scarlett.
Like
Shout out, sis.
Let's think about this. And it's not a race thing. I have plenty of friends who are Caucasian. I love watching young white kids play with the black kids and excel. How come every kid that's brought up for NCAA violation is black?
It's a race thing, fam. I'll say it. I'll tell them. It's a race thing.
There's some white kids who aren't well off.
It's a race thing.
And they're getting taken care of just like the black kids. How come there's no trouble with that?
White privilege is real, fam. White privilege is real.
I know a player right now, I'm not going to say his name, is an NBA. He's a rookie on the team. He's white. Every game I went to, the All-American games, he played in the McDonald's game, he played in the Jordan game, he played in Nike or something. Every game I went to, I seen his family in the airport, just like I was in the airport.
My skin is my sin. White privilege.
But what you think because he's white, his family makes money?
But he was never, I'm pretty sure he was never run down on.
Never! We never seen a white guy run down on.
Unless you in Duke, then you got money.
How?
Because all them black people in Duke got money too.
I know kids that went to Duke were broke. Broke.
How about him right there? You got bread?
No.
Number 3?
Grayson Allen? I mean, yeah, of course he's. I don't know. I know Grayson's high school. I don't know his finances.
So
upper middle class.
Let's get back.
Upper middle
We
class.
don't know that. You look at fucking Marshall Mathers, you would think he got money.
He was bro. You right. I mean, now he got money, obviously.
But when he was 16, you think Marshall Mathers had money?
He still had a 439-year head start.
So now, let's get back on track real quick. Before we close it out, I just want to ask you, how was it bringing to life the NBA Jam high school style games to the city?
So I always wanted to. When we played, it was AU was still rocking, but it was Gaucho, Riverside, Washington Warriors, Panthers, Abyssinian, Team Rock. Everybody played in the same shit. It don't happen no more. The kids on the Nike teams don't play the Adidas teams. The kids on the Under Armour teams don't play the Nike teams. So we were talking about. I remember we had this NBA Jam thing. Was like the portable thing, and we were like, "Yo, imagine we did this for high school kids." And I always try to do games where, I get involved and I get kids and get the parents and get the high school, the AU coaches out of it. Because they try to tell kids you can't play this, can't play that. So I tried to not use a sneaker company. So I went to Nike, I went to Jordan Brand, and I told them what I was doing. And I asked them could they donate a pair of shoes to each kid. So I got each kid 2 pair of Nikes and a pair of Jordans. 2 pair of Jordans and a pair of Nikes. And it was their choice to wear whatever they want. I told them, even if you came with Under Armour, you could wear Under Armour. If you came with Adidas and went away Adidas, you can wear Adidas. You are not forced to wear anything. This here is my gift to you. You can wear whatever you want. We had shorts made by Eric Emanuel, who's a fashion designer. He's not a sneaker company. The kids love the shorts. We had T-shirts made by.
I still never got mine, by the way.
We got
you can keep going.
T-shirts made by Mike Sherman.
I'm still waiting on mine.
Mike Sherman does like bootleg shirts. He does like a fake Gucci thing, and he does like a fake. He did a fake old school NBA, and we did 2-on-2, full court. You were allowed to have a sub. I had Cam Reddish, number 3 player in the country. Emmett Williams, top 10 player in the country. Nazi Reed, top 20 player in the country. Noah Farrakhan, top 10 in his class. Aiden's top 30 in his class. I mean, we had some studs, and it was just the end of the summer. AAU was over. A chance for these kids to play and not be criticized.
Just to have
not be stressed.
Yeah.
Not
worry
be
about
under a
colleges,
microscope.
coaches.
Let them just have fun. Because basketball's supposed to be fun at the end of the day. It's a sport. It's a hobby. It's something you do in your spare time to get joy. And we were losing that in New York. So I think NYC Jam, we were able to bring that the old school NBA Jam to life. So the parents that were there, they had a good time. The fans had a good time. And this year we're just trying to elevate it, and we're gonna do it. We're looking for some more partnerships, and we were one of the only events in New York City who we didn't charge to get in. We didn't charge the kids to participate. We had security there, and I remember there was a line, and they were like, "Cash, when do you want to start letting people in?" I said, now, let's not do a line. If you first come, first out, just walk in. No VIP, no list, no nothing. You know, you go to places where people, you know, you got kids 16 who stand on line and see another kid 17 who might be their idol. And because I am who I am, I get to go in without standing on line and y'all four with me and y'all can go in. But what about that kid who never got in? I said, I don't want no list. I don't want no VIP section. Come in, first come, first serve, until it's capacity. And when it got to a standing room early, I still let people in, and they stood to where they had to see from far away. And it was just an amazing night.
It was love night.
Yeah, it was dope. Friday night in Harlem.
Dope. Well, Kashif Pratt, man, it's been a pleasure having you on the Hey Now podcast, conversation with a bunch of nobodies.
Thanks for having me.
Episode 1. Your host, Kevin, Gabby to my right,
Shaq out.
Brother Jennings to my far right.
Hater 420.
Yeah. Big baby. I said I float like a butterfly. I sting like a bee. I've been having conversations with a bunch of